everybody, this is Citizen of Suicide with the Suicide Girls, and this is my part of Shotgun Suicide's video, basically, what is a suicide girl? The questions that she asked, the first one was, what is a suicide girl? A suicide girl is one who goes against the traditional norms of beauty. I remember, if I have my history correct, it was basically from a book about a girl who committed social suicide by being tatted, by being pierced, by having all these body modifications that went against the beauty norms of, I guess, what society saw as normal beauty. And that's why originally I was interested in the Suicide Girls, because they were edgy, they were cutthroat, they were just like, here's our version of beauty. It may not be something worthy of being on Vogue per se, or in Vogue, or any of the big time fashion magazines, but your definition of beauty is not the same as ours. We are tatted, pierced, dreadlocks, short hair, long hair, colored hair. We're known for all of that. We're known for our basically fuck you to normal beauty. Which is why, I don't know if I'm saying this verbatim, but the Suicide Girls logo is what people think makes us weird or different or strange or fucked up, we think makes us beautiful. And that is what a suicide girl is. It's a girl who isn't afraid to give a big fuck you to societal norms, especially in terms to beauty. Our standard of beauty is different than what other people would think is just what the fuck. So that's why I'm proud to be a suicide girl. The next question was, what made you want to be a suicide girl? And this for me is kind of a personal question, but one I'm more than happy to answer. I wanted to become a suicide girl because growing up, I was never the whole, and not to be negative, but stereotypical black girl. I am loud, but I spoke very well, I carried myself well, was never all into the whole huge name brand thing, just not loud, not ghetto, not waving my neck around and all that shit like that. And that's what made me different. That's what made me stand out. I was quieter than most growing up, and as a black girl, people were just like, well, that's not real, or, I would always get, you're not the whole black enough thing, but you're whitewashing. I hate that word. Just because I grew up, raised well, knowing how to speak well, carrying myself well, I was whitewashed, and that was something that really, really, really made me mad my whole life. Like, just because I speak differently, I carry myself differently, doesn't mean I'm whitewashed, it means I was raised well. Thank my parents. So, essentially, when I was kind of getting into Suicide Girls, one of my friends was just like, oh, don't do it, it's not worth it, only white girls do that, thing like that. And lo and behold, the day I go to the Suicide Girl website, who's on the front page? Malou. And I couldn't believe it. She was just so beautiful. So I had one of my friends who already had a membership to the site let me get onto his account, and I was just blown by what I saw. Black girls, white girls, Asian girls, big girls, small girls, tatted girls, pierced girls, just girls who I could not believe what I was seeing. It was like my eyes were open that day, and it made me realize I'm not alone in this world. There are other girls who like me, who have tattoos, who love dyeing their hair, who love doing this and doing that, and they aren't afraid of who they want to be. So hands down, and then of course I discovered Luffy Suicide, who was another famous black suicide girl, and so Luffy and Malou were my main inspirations to become it, but the overall message of what Suicide Girls promote made me want to become a suicide girl. Like, I have to be part of this huge movement that is just taking over everywhere and encouraging girls, be yourself. Not the whole, everybody likes to say be yourself to a certain extent, otherwise, oh my god, there be dragons, there's something completely wild and out there about this chick. Maybe you should tone it down. No, these girls don't tone it down. They are themselves, and that's one thing that I've always wanted to be more than, of course I wouldn't want to be anybody else but myself, but I become real bitchy when somebody tells me, oh, be yourself, to a certain extent. I don't like that. With Suicide Girls, I can express myself completely. I'm probably more truer on Suicide Girls with anybody else than I am, say like on Facebook or any other thing where, I kind of have to hide all the more outrageous parts of me, the more honest part of me, and that's why I love Suicide Girls. I can just be me. And the last question is, why do you love being a suicide girl? I just said it. Because I can be me. There are these girls, the girls are amazing. The Suicide Girls and the Hopefuls are amazing. They're some of the nicest girls you ever meet. They're just, be yourself, have fun, live life to the fullest. That is why I love being a suicide girl. It's so much fun. And the day that I went from being a hopeful to being pink, Morta, who is a hopeful but hopefully a suicide girl soon, told me, and I couldn't believe it, because I'd been doing it for about a year, and the set that got bought was Apollo. And that was shot by Malou Suicide, who is now an official photographer. Congratulations. And I couldn't believe the news. I was screaming, I was crying, I was shaking. I remember being just so hysterical, like I couldn't believe it when she texted me. I actually had to call her to confirm, and I went to my page and I'm pink and all the messages, congratulations, you know, Suicide Girls, who I looked up to for so long, since I was like in middle school. And shame on me for being on the site when I wasn't 18, but when I was in middle school, just these girls congratulating me, girls who I looked up to. It was an amazing feeling to know that I was a part of this. So thank you, Suicide Girls. I love being a Suicide Girl. And I hope for all the hopefuls out there, keep trying, keep doing it, and live your life the way you want to be. People, I will say there are a few people in my life who are not happy that I'm doing this, that I chose this. Oh, you're naked on the internet, now you're not going to amount to anything. But that's just their take on it. That's how they feel about it. I told my parents. My dad was not wild about the idea, but he was proud of me at the same time. My mom's very liberal. I'm pretty sure that's where I get it all from. My mom is proud of me. My family members, some of them are proud of me. Some of them don't like the fact that I'm tatted and plan on getting more. What you guys see now is barely the beginning. I plan on being super tatted by the time this year is out and getting all the tattoos and piercings that I want to get back. But live your life for you, as a Suicide Girl, as a person, as a woman. That is why I love Suicide Girls more than anything. And it really is a huge part of who I've become. So thank you, Suicide Girls. Thank you, Shotgun. And I love you all. Mwah.